everyone? Cody Sell here. We are back at it. We are on USD CAD on the daily time frame, and we're going to be going over this top-down analysis here for this time frame in some pretty good detail. So let's dive right in. We're on the daily time frame, and just to give you guys a recap, okay, our monthly bias here, we said we're going to be heading down to this weekly support where we will then head back up at least this weekly resistance, or we could break through this level, see a retest, and head down to our monthly trend line. Those are the only two options right now. Okay, price moves between support and resistance. There's different kinds. We know this. These are the only two options. Now, ultimately, the only thing we know for a fact right now is that we're heading down to the support. So we have moved to a lower time frame. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. Let me see here. Going to go ahead and get rid of these. Okay, so I've gotten rid of these, and I'm going to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Notice how we're starting to really get away from that overall picture we had. We're really zoomed in. Look how zoomed out I have to get for you to even see these next monthly levels. I mean, they are far away, guys. They are really far away. So I'm going to zoom back in now. Just wanted to show you guys that. Let's talk about the daily time frame. So the daily time frame is a very interesting time frame. So let me go ahead. We're now talking about the daily. Let's get rid of this. So the first thing on the daily is going to be this. This is where you are going to begin looking at a trading plan. Okay. Now, when I say this is where you're going to begin looking at a trading plan, obviously we've been doing a trading plan since the monthly, right? But this is where you're really going to start to shape this plan up and look for entries that we can go down to the lower time frame and nail in on. So that's the first thing on the daily, and we're going to do that in just a minute. But first of all, let's talk about the second thing you're going to want to do on the daily. It kind of flows right along with this. So the second thing is you're going to want to establish your channel / trend in the market. You're going to want to do this first off on the daily time frame just to really start to get an idea of what's going on. So right now we are in a bearish channel. Okay, we're in a bearish channel heading down. Does this make sense given our weekly and monthly bias? Yes, right? Our weekly and monthly bias is bearish. Our daily channel is bearish. Everything is aligning very nicely, okay? And just think about this in terms of the overall understanding of the market, right? If you didn't understand what was going on in the weekly and daily time frames, you'd be taken completely off guard when this channel were to break up in this area. But now you understand exactly what's going on. Price is heading down. You're likely to see a break soon from this channel and a continuation up, because ultimately this giant daily channel heading down is counter trend. Okay, so regardless, daily time frame, establish your channel / your trend, get an idea of what's going on in terms of the flow of price action on the lower time frames, and we are heading down. So again, aligning perfectly with our trading plan, where we should be heading down for the current market, and then we should find some support and begin heading up. So that is the second thing on the daily time frame. Now, the last thing I will do on the daily time frame, if it's relevant, I will add some support and resistance only if it's major and it doesn't align with what I already have drawn. But in this situation, I do already have my weekly levels accounting for my support and resistance anywhere in the near area, so I'm not really going to be looking to add any other levels here. And I just want to make a note that you know, my monthly levels are very thick, my weekly levels are very thin. That's how I know the difference. And on the 4-hour and daily time frame, I'll treat them the same way, but I will use zones for those levels. Okay, so for support and resistance, supply and demand and such, on the 4-hour and daily time frames, I will use zones, and I give them equal significance, and that's how I'm able to tell the difference. And it's important when you're really refining down into your lower time frames that you use zones anyways, so it works out really nicely. Okay, but in this situation, So let me go ahead and mark this for you guys. Stop channel trend. Add any more possible relevant SNR and S&D supply and demand zones. We don't have any in this area. No. As you guys can see, we do have a supply zone up in this area here, but ultimately I've got this zone, I'm watching this zone from my weekly level, so it's not really something that I need to have marked. I understand that it's there and I will be watching it.